It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Chris Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
Welcome to Health in the Real World. I'm Chris Janke, and I'm joined today with Russell Pate. Russell, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Good to see you, Chris.
So you've been on the show a couple times so far, and today we're really going to dive in specifically to the different types of orthotics. And so quick introduction as far as who you are, what you do, and then we'll get right into this for people learning how to better take care of their feet.
Okay. So I'm a certified podorthist. And essentially what I do healthy foot education and make computer-generated orthotics.
Awesome. And then you're going to take us through some very specific types of orthotics, right? The four main types of orthotics, and then how they're molded.
How they're made, yeah. So there's the prefabs, and then there's the custom ones. So there's off the shelf, and then there's custom. And so we'll kind of do a rundown of how those are made and the kind of the advantages and disadvantages of all different types.
Awesome. And I'll start real quick before you get started with this big picture as far as why these are so important, right? Your feet are your foundation for everything you do. I personally have had back problems, or I had back problems when I was a teenager, from when I was about 13 to about 23 years old. And I am 99.99999% sure that they initiated because my feet were pretty messed up. I had collapsing arches. I had sprained both ankles multiple times from basketball injuries. And I even had one, I had sprained the ankle so bad I had to wear it's like a soft cast, and my ankle and knee were immobilized for 2 weeks. Right after that, I hurt my back, and just all kinds of injuries and things like that. So the feet are vitally important. So Russell, with that, I'm going to leave it to you to tell us a little bit about the specific types of orthotics.
All right, Chris. So let me just dive right into this and not take any time. So all orthotics really are not created equal. There's basically there's store-bought ones and there's custom ones. And so, but I want to kind of make some distinction here. So there's really ones that actually support your feet, and then there's ones that are more just cushion for your feet. So two basic differences, there. And then as we, my big thing, and people have seen me is talking about the three arches. A lot of people don't realize that you have three arches, and you need to, all the good orthotics, you really need to be able to support all three of those. So go showing that again. So the first one, the Dr. Scholl's are very common. They're cheap. All they really are is just cushioning. You don't really get any support with those. So then we come up with the super feet, a little bit better. You're actually getting some support there. It's still completely accommodative. You're not really getting any support, but the price is good, and that's one of the ones that I recommend is the super feet. So then you get into the pre-molded. You can see you're just taking an ink blot, but it's really not truly custom. They call it custom fitted, but they are already pre-made. And then you get into the foam box orthotics, and that's which are not the best, but they are called considered to be custom, and then you really do get into what is looking at casting, the casting type of orthotics, and those again are very, very hard, plastic. The problem with those is that you really, and it's kind of like when you came in and saw me, Chris, we were able to actually, with the 3D image that I actually do, we actually change the support of your foot,
Right.
and instead of casting. I mean, if we were to make a cast of your particular foot being flat-footed like you would, all it really would have done was just kind of locked you into that position that you were already.
Right. Whereas what you did was look at where my foot was, but then also take into account where it should be. And
Right.
then you made the orthotic for where it should be, not where it already is, and I could tell immediately. I could feel it, it was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of my other big comparisons I say is, comparing a computer to a typewriter. I'm sure, Chris, if you were to write a letter these days, you would use a computer, not a typewriter. And so I kind of tell people, if you're going to have orthotics made, why wouldn't you use, computer technology?
Yeah.
And so when you do get into computer technology, there is the pressure mat that you're stepping down onto, and it is computer technology, but it's still, you're not getting the full contact of being able to kind of recreate and change the position of your foot. And then you get into what I do, which is really kind of the state of the art, what you had done when you come in, where you have every quarter inch, you have the contact of the pegs come up, and you're actually able to support the three arches from that. Those are both accommodating and supportive. You do get, well, you tell me, I mean, you get some cushion, but you get support too. It's kind of an interest. I mean, what's your experience been?
Yeah, I mean, they're soft, right? They're bendable. They feel very similar to the support that you find in the shoe when you buy it at the store, as far as softness. But the fact that it is customized to the size, but then again, it's supportive, it's corrective. That's the word I would probably use, is corrective. Is it's putting the foot into the most optimal position. So, but it's not forcing it. It's not like a concrete slab in there or anything. It's right. Soft. Right. It's pliable. Yeah.
Yep. So that's all I really have, because I just kind of wanted to make kind of the distinction and the difference, and then just have a little conversation with you about what do you think people might be thinking and want to ask about.
I think that's great. What I would say too, anybody watching this on YouTube or Facebook, comment below and just let Russell know what kind of questions you have about the different types of orthotics. I will send him the questions directly, and then I'll get you an answer back on that. I do appreciate this rundown. Like you started with Dr. Scholl's. We see those everywhere. Those are at the store for like $10. Right. And I could imagine, that would be a common question. It's like, well, what's the difference between what you do and Dr. Scholl's? And having experienced it, I know there's a huge difference. I can feel it. And that was nice background as far as the, difference between accommodating and supportive and structural, and actually trying to change where the foot is sitting is what your goal is.
I always kind of like to leave people with kind of a tidbit of something, an action step they could actually take. And so Perfect. What I would say is that if you're having problems, give the super feet, a chance. They're usually, $60, $80. You can get them at, a lot of different places, running stores, and something you can really take. And if that doesn't work for you, then the really next stop is custom.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Try the lower priced option. And if that doesn't work, then come and see you.
Right.
Great. So Russell, you're at the Shoe Doctor in Dublin, California. I appreciate you coming on today. And hopefully we get some questions to you and you can answer those in a further podcast.
Perfect. All right. Good to see you, Chris.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.